Okay, so hello there, guys. This is Aishi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My get up right now, it's kind of weird. My hair is messy. Okay, it's like I'm just in my raw essence. Okay, I'm just showing you what's behind the scenes and not just what the fancy pictures looks like when you see the posts and photos of celebrities. And I'm not saying that I am a celebrity or something like that. I don't consider myself yet as that, though I would be delusional enough and I would love to do that. Yeah, I would love to try that one. But yes, the point of me saying this, the social media is always showing you the success, the glamorous picture, but it's not showing you what's going on behind the scenes, right? So here I am today in the jump mode, okay, and basically I'm in the jump mode. Now, what is jump mode and what do I mean by that? I'm gonna break it down for you guys in this video. This is very random messages that I don't usually have a script for because I'm not prepared, okay? I haven't prepared any script. Usually I when I get some ideas inside my head, my first approach is to write them down because if I don't, I know I'm gonna forget that probably, and then it's just I would have to wait for days and nights again to remember what the freaking fucking idea it was, brilliant idea it was that I could have talked about, okay? And basically share my divine channeled messages with you guys because I know whenever I get any ideas and thoughts inside my head, it's meant to be shared, okay? And I felt so called to do this video today. So I am showing up for you guys and also for myself because, yeah, I promised to myself, to this new me, to this new version of myself, that I would show up regardless of the discomfort that is going on inside my life right now and regardless of people judging me, okay? It's completely on them, it's not on me anymore. So yeah, if you talk shit about my life, I think it's a heavy reflection on your part, on maybe your life is a shit and you either be better or stay bitter, okay? So if you want to stay bitter, well, you're just going to stay bitter for the rest of your life. That's a conscious choice that you're making. It's not just a, you know, me provoking you. You gotta question yourself first of all. Why are you upset? Because someone else is winning and they're happy and they're successful in their lives. Why are you, you know, you watch all of these um, favorite influencers, for example, on your social media, right? Or on YouTube, and you see them like kind of as a role model or something you really feel inspired and look up to for, your advices on where you want to be in your life. And then along the way, I have seen this happening with a lot of content creators and their fan base, basically. I see people who have first um, very much, cheering them up and supporting them and being very loudly, showing that love and affection publicly. But then, um, many of these fans, okay, so called fans, stop, just go quiet. Suddenly, when you're even more successful and you're doing better than these people who have once known you in your life, right? When you start becoming more rich and you start posting about that shit and how to make money online, and you just basically, your goal is to educate people on how to do this shit because let's not gatekeep. how to make money online. And at the age of 20 years old, if you're like me and you're still sitting on your bed and being like, you're watching those people of your age who are actually making money and they're actually paying their own rent and gas bills and electricity bills and everything. They're paying basically not just for their basic needs in a lifestyle, they're also paying for that luxury, you can say, business class flights, going on vacations and trips, being in Airbnbs, right? So they're also paying for that shit. And when you watch all those shit, you automatically kind of go like, okay, what am I doing with my life? Why am I not here yet? And you start comparing yourself with their journey, with these people's like these influencers, and you can say basically content creators, not just influencers. These days we have a lot of you can say categories of artists, songwriters, and we have many, creators of different, you can say, category, right? So we start comparing our journey in life, which is, by the way, completely different, and it's not meant to be like anyone else's journey in life. And we start comparing like, oh, what am I doing? Like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? They are making money, and we start kind of resenting. And I have seen this, people who were once a fan base, who were supporting that favorite, you can say, YouTuber, content creator, whoever that is, now start hating on them. Okay, now start posting hate comments and hating pictures, and those triggering confirmation burp. Okay, those kind of jealousy, and they are actually posting shitty comments from faceless, you can say, faceless Instagram or YouTube accounts, and kind of stalking them, stalking this their favorite, you can say, person or their favorite social media content creator. Anyways, so all of these things, like, bro, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Okay, get a job. Your job is not here to project, sit and project and leak all your energy to make those people that you are hating and are jealous of even more successful. What you don't understand here is, you sending them energy do not matter if it is negative or positive energy, does not matter at all. You're still sending them energy. When you're stalking someone obsessively, when you're 24 by 7 keeping information about where they're going, what they're doing, what they're eating, how do they dress, how do they see, I mean, like, it's good to take inspiration from someone that you really look up to, or they have a kind of lifestyle that you want. Okay, and it's kind of challenging for you right now, because it's in your discomfort zone and you want to get out of your comfort zone, and it inspires you to step out and have that courage. All that shit is okay, it's fine, but if you do that obsessively every single day, what you don't realize is you are getting into an addiction loop. And धीरे धीरे what happens is, your entire center of attention, you make this person that you first of all don't even know who they are in real life, but you just see the glamorous things and pictures. You don't know what kind of struggles, what kind of suffering, what kind of health issues, what kind of mental issues, what kind of financial issues, what kind of family, toxic family, or whatever abuses they had to go through to be this rich, successful, and glamorous, celebrating their success today. So instead of comparing their journey with yours, look at your own grass. Okay, instead of thinking that someone else's grass is greener, because trust me, if you were put in their path, in their position, you wouldn't want to be there. You don't want to experience that kind of life, because First of all, they had to go through so much to get where they are today, okay? And it's not easy. It's never easy. And I also think, why am I getting a massive throat block, okay? I don't know what's going on. I'm making a video after a long time. And yeah, I was talking about jump mode, right? And I just jumped into this topic. See, like this is like literally I think I will be talking about this, and then my messages, like my angels are like they divert me towards some other messages. This happens when I have a lot of different like channels inside my head, and I don't know like which one I need to, which one I need to put in the front first. And then it's like just all over the place. I have like 7 different channels, okay, inside my head when I'm sitting down to record a video. And I get a signal this on this channel, and then I'm like, okay, I should talk about this now. Then at the same time, I'm getting also another signal from this side, and then I'm just like, bro, bro, you're messing with my head, okay? Stop that. Stop. I'm literally to my spirit guide. I'm just like, can you just give me one message at a time? Because I am human being. I can focus on one thing at a time. I'm not good at multitasking, okay? It's kind of hard. Yeah, but I'm pushing through. Okay, why? I might be. Let's just admit that I'm going through a painful situation in my life right now. Like, my. I'm dealing with a lot of stuffs, okay? First of all, am I gonna talk about it? I'm still thinking, should I make it public or should I not make it public? Should I make it public or should I not make it? Because people are always, if I am posting something like on YouTube, I know a lot of people are watching, okay? I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't know if they are actually listening to the whole video or not, but still there might be some people, right? And my fear of judgment is coming out right now. Fear of rejection. I might get cancelled. Okay, never mind. If I speak like this on my first date, I don't know what's going to happen. The person sitting next to me, they would just be like, what is going on with what is wrong? Nothing is wrong with me, okay? That is a limiting belief. That's what I was going to talk about, Sometimes when love doesn't arrive in your life and you are just like in this void space and you have already outgrown the old, you can say, the old love that you were in. Basically, it's you have outgrown that frequency, okay, of emotional unavailability of a person that you were in love with. And I'm using the pronoun as you, because the pronoun here actually is I. It is me, yeah, it's my story, okay? So I'm going through not just a low grade in my studies, okay, D grade. I'm also going through a breakup. Not really a breakup, but yeah, I got dumped, you know. A person like me can get dumped, you know. Like, I have no words left, anyways. It's not like I can't get dumped, even if I'm so like, I'm literally everything that a man would want or look for in a woman, okay? That's how I think of myself, because literally I have put in so much work, so much, you can say, not just work but so much energy shifting. I have learned to work with my own energy. And when you are a divinely, you can say, guided person in your life, and you have went through a lot of experiences where you felt heavily, like, you can say, divinely guided. For example, when you lost a job, or you uh, fall apart from a specific career path, right? You thought that, oh, I love doing, for example, for me, I thought I love doing science, biology, and I also had chemistry and physics. So I was a neat student, okay, specifically. And I thought that's what I want to do when I first, when I was in 11th and 12th. But then along the lines, I really realized when I was going through that period of time that, fuck, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't. Physically, my body started reacting to that shit, okay? It started malfunctioning. Literally, it felt like I can't. This is not what I'm meant to do. And something about God will never give you peace in an environment that you are not meant to be in, okay? He will never make you feel like it is yours, or you can have that thing. He will never give you that thing. It's actually, and I have understood, it's actually a divine protection. Because trust me, if I don't know, if I really got that thing, I would be so fucking depressed. And I would, if I continued to go on for longer, I had a really depressing period of time in my life where I thought like I literally am going through PTSD or something like that, post traumatic disorder, okay? And if I keep going on like this, I would not live for longer. Like, I don't know why I'm sharing all of these things right now. I don't think it's necessary, but it's also necessary at the same time for me to, express this. Because I think that today someone who is watching this video, the only purpose that I'm saying all of these things, I know a lot of people can use this information against me because it's something very vulnerable, but I'm still going to express it because I also know that the right people, the people who are actually meant to see this message and this video today, they will get some kind of inspiration. They will at least have that hope and courage inside them to leave behind not just a career path as simple as it sounds, okay, but a whole damn lifestyle that came along with that path, okay? Because when you're living, it's very like, it's hard for me to even explain or comprehend, you know? It's like leaving a relationship. You're not just leaving that man, when, especially if you're dating a rich man, right? And you get to the point where you notice that this person, even though if they are rich, they are very like, they're not generous, and they are like always very cheap kind of mentality, okay? And you have dated such a person and you're on the verge of breakup, okay? And you are not, as a woman, you are not financially independent or secure, or you don't have any kind of emergency funds or any kind of savings that you can at least invest in yourself to start a own business, okay? So if you don't have that security, and imagine you are trapped, not just physically and mentally in that relationship, but also financially, because that man was providing everything for you. He was paying your rents, he was paying your bills, he was taking care of your nails, your, I don't know, everything, makeup and everything. Because as a woman, we have a lot in our body to take care of as compared to a man, okay? And I'm not comparing as if men don't have a lot of things in their own, you can say, health yeah, health based that they need to take care of. They also have a lot of things in their health, physical health, that they need to take care of a lot, and it costs a lot. The gym, you can say, the for women, the pilates class, okay. And imagine you're leaving a relationship with from that man, that rich man. You're not just leaving that man mentally, it takes so much strength and courage, but you are also leaving behind the whole lifestyle that came along with that man, okay. And it's not easy, first of all, because you know in your mind and in your heart that you're not meant to sacrifice yourself, okay. And you you deserve more, you deserve better, but you are yet in a place where you find yourself, okay. Where you find yourself. Oh my god, why am I spirit? What is going on? um okay. Yeah, you know, I literally felt the presence of a lot of angels coming through, okay, and something inside this message doesn't want to come out, and I don't know why. But that's exactly why I'm gonna dig into this shit. And even, spirit, you can't hide anything from me, okay? So if you're thinking, like, you can press my mouth and stop me from sharing my like, not my information, but the divine channel message that my collective needs to hear today, let them, please let them hear that, okay? Yeah, so whatever. So from this whole situation, it's really hard to, get out of the situation. First of all, not just because it's mentally and physically hard for you, but it's also financially a lot of depressing. And that means you have to now take care of your everything, okay, that he was paying for, because now you are the one who's going to have to pay for yourself in every single aspect of your life. So you have to take on a lot of responsibility that was before on someone else who was looking after you, right? If you are looking for a man who's gonna look after you, yes, I mean, like, women do need an environment that makes them feel safe, provided, and taken care of. Even God Himself, it's written in the Bible scripture, okay? Even God Himself doesn't like a man who can't provide for his women, for his wife, okay? So, even God doesn't like a man like that. Why would you like to date a man like that? Make sure the man you are dating is financially, they're stable, at least, even if not rich, but financially stable. Because rich doesn't really matter how much money they have, how much expensive gifts they are giving to you. At the end, what's going to matter is how much generous is he in giving and paying for you without you having to ask for it. That's what matters, okay? So, anyway, same happens with this career path, okay? So, when I had to leave this, you can say, science, physics, chemistry, bio that I had, and I chose a completely, like, psychology was not even in my plan, okay? It was not even an option back then for me. I never thought that I would take this subject on, actually. But something in this was so divinely, I was like so divinely guided, okay? And I know this because this subject not just saved me. It did save me because knowing a lot kind of made me feel understood, you know. Knowing the things that I didn't know before about myself and about my parents and about the lifestyle that I was living back then, because I was so depressed, right? And the people that I attracted at that point, including my friendship groups and also the type of people that I dated at that point. So it made me aware about a lot of things, you can say, that was actually, it's not like I'm blaming myself, but I was kind of responsible for that. Yeah, but I was just not, that conscious about it. It was almost like I was asleep. I wasn't awakened, right? And as a human being who has a divine purpose in their own lifetime, okay, who have a higher purpose, I always believe now that at some point in life, some situation that is completely, and it usually happens through a relationship, and for me it was that toxic relationship, okay, that completely opened my eyes. It awakened me. It awakened my asleep, you can say, unconscious mode, and I had to be conscious, and I had to, then I was guided along this path where I chose psychology, because I started watching it was like 2022. Yeah, it was already like 2022. I just watched a few, like some psychologist videos, because at that point I really needed something like information. Like I was, yeah, basically I wanted to get out of a toxic situation. That was not a relationship, that was a situationship. But anyways, I had a lot of situationships, and I'm gonna admit that. And the point of me sharing this is I learned so much from that experience. Like, hats off to God and hats off to that psychologist, okay? It saved my life because, to be honest, and I'm so glad and grateful that I actually did not get that person that I so badly wanted at that point, because that person was definitely 100% toxic for me. And I did not deserve it, but it still happened. You know why it happened? Because it was necessary for me to wake the fuck up, okay? That's why it happened. Everyone has their own, you can say, everything is divinely orchestrated, okay? Nothing in life is by accident or not planned by God, okay? Everything is pre planned. I believe that highly. Everything is pre planned, okay? God knows where He is going to take you. He's just not going to say it now, right now to you, but eventually, as you go through that situation, you're going to know, okay? A lot of things. It's just that for your own good, God doesn't reveal to you, because if He already revealed the outcome of that situation, of that breakup, or that you not getting that person, okay, what would happen? You would avoid it. And guess what? You'd not experience what you are meant to experience in order for you to wake up to your wholeness of your being, to wake up to your own truth of your soul, of where you actually want to go and what do you actually want to have in your life. Because if I didn't go through that experience, I would never know myself, and I would also lose myself, you know even if I do not, even if I like avoided somehow that kind of, I couldn't have it's not like my hands were tied or something. It's just that we as human beings, we are seeing every situation that is going through around us from a bird's eye point of view. But God, who is sitting at the top, above our head, right? He's watching everything. He knows all the episodes that you are walking in, okay? He knows where he is taking you, okay? He knows who you are meant to be with, who you are going to end up with, and then who is going to stay and who is going to, not be with you in the next season of your life. So people are temporary, okay? Some people, you meet them, and not just some people, most of the people and connections that I've had in my life, I know they were meant for a period of time. Definitely in order to either love me, teach me something, or you can say bring me closer to God. Okay, so because these people did not, you can say, truly had good intentions for me, or I did not feel like I'm very much loved and supported by these people, okay, that I had these connections, and I did not feel safe. So I had to hide a lot of parts, and every time I would share about all these stories that I went through in my, not stories, but all these experiences that I've actually lived through within my life that was necessary for my evolution. My previously, my old friends, right, they would not encourage me at all. Like, they would not make me feel like, myself. They did not make me feel like myself. I felt like I had to be someone else in order to, keep them in my life. Or I had to play small or hide or, shrink, or not tell them the whole truth, because if I did, I was afraid they would not, accept me or like me, and they would pretty much, abandon me, and they did. And even when I did not say my truth, my whole truth to them, to my surprise, they actually abandoned me. So, yeah, that's just how it is, So, either ways, I would have still gone through that experience. There was nothing that I could have done in that point of time for me to avoid that whole experience. It was of no point. It would be pointless for me to even try to avoid. Okay? You don't become a superhero in your life by trying to, avoid and run away from the situations that you're going through, from your emotions, no matter how difficult, painful, how big that is, okay? It only gets more bigger, more stressful, and more causing health issues when you're not ready to face it, and when you keep storing and storing and storing it, and you have no outlet, and you don't know how to channel that emotions into your, you can say, creativity, into your art, or by talking with God, at least, to, transmute that energy. What you're not allowed to do is, it's not always, in these vacations especially, I have learned one thing, by the way, in this Christmas vacations, that I have always seen for the past 3 to 4 or 5 years, I guess. I have always faced a lot of emotions. I'm not the person who runs away when things get harder. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't run away when things get difficult. I'm gonna sit down and have that difficult conversation, even if it means I'm gonna lose my ego. Okay, I had to pause a little bit before I say anything else, even if it means. Nah, one thing I would not do now is have or say anything that would make me like feel like I am losing myself. That's what I was going to say. So I'm not afraid to have those difficult conversations, but I also know how to, express and articulate these feelings, these bigger emotions that I feel. and how deeply I feel every single situation and experience that I go through. Because let's just be honest, because I don't want to put up a facade and then attract those kind of connections and people in my life where I have to be like, oh no, it was not that big of a deal. Oh, it's okay, it's fine. Because sometimes it's not okay. It's not fine. It's not fine that you said that to me. It's not fine that you are joking about my, you can say, experiences in life. It's not a joke. It's not. Okay? So, yeah, sometimes people like to, make fun of your experiences. And it's never fun because it's disrespectful outright. Okay? It's very fun and easy when it comes to pointing your fingers towards others and what kind of shitty life they have, okay? But when it comes to you, when it comes your chance to talk about yourself, let's see what you can talk about yourself. Are you going to talk about the shitty parts of your life, or are you going to only talk about the glamorous pictures and the success stories and all that? Because every person has both stories that they have went through. Not stories, but experiences that they have went through, that has made them into the person, the better version, the person they are today. Okay? And not everyone is the better version of themselves. Not everyone is living their life up to their fullest potential, even if you see that potential in those people. You can say them once, express that to them, but what you can't do is, try to act like you know what they should do with it next, because that's for them to decide. You can't change that person, okay? Even if you see how much better they can do, you're not going to be able to mold them into someone that you like or you want them to be. So honestly, it's of no point, you know to do that. Anyways, I was talking about jump mode, right? Okay, so when you change your career path, right, you go and you jumped into a completely new different reality, obviously, because that previous reality, first of all, it no longer aligns with the version, the avatar that you have chosen now, today. And also that means you have outgrown that old frequency that was once keeping you, you can say, limited, stuck, and questioning your worth, your, you can say, everything about you and your life, right? About what you deserve. Do you really want this, or do you want something better, or you deserve? One thing about me, I have always noticed this, and I think it's very, you can say, it's very noticeable for something inside your heart. If you know that you're not meant for normal, you're not meant for average, like, you can just have it. You can act like, yeah, you try to fit in, okay? You can act like normal and try to be in the normal and try to make normal people your friends, and you can date them, okay? But inside your heart and mind, you will always have this nudge, this little, you can say, instinct that is always like, no, I am meant for more. I deserve more. I deserve better. Okay. So eventually you will get pulled towards the direction of your heart and not somewhere just that you don't know if you really want to be, okay? Because your body reacts even before your mind can make sense out of it. Even if you, so yeah, even if your mind wants to be in that situation and be like, okay, I can compromise this, I can, okay, if he's, for example, my partner, he is telling me that he wants to go out on a date with me, he wants to see me, right? He's missing me, and I'm out here hanging out with my friends, and I was really enjoying the time with my friends, but here my boyfriend, he wants to see me, right? So I cancel everything and I go to him to see him because I miss him, or two, or whatever. Anyways, so what happens is, and slowly he does that, isolates you from all your family members, your friends, and everything, the closest people of your life that you feel so much loved and supported by, right? And what happens, you start compromising. At first it was just a small, you can say, friends gathering, and now it slowly starts becoming, coming into your family, like, oh, you cancel a flight, you're going to see your mom, dad, but you are just like, your boyfriend doesn't want to leave you, okay, he stays somewhere else, like you guys stay in America, right? And your parents stay in India. So yeah, and you don't just wanna, because your boyfriend feels insecure. Oh my god. Like a lot of things like that, okay. So slowly we'll start realizing that you're losing yourself in that kind of relationship. You are not really yourself, and you are not really, you can say, safe to be who you are truly, or to have your, standards met, or your needs met. But when it comes to you telling him to, cancel his plans, he's like, no, I have this important meeting, I have this important discussion with my friends, I'll be back, by night, but right now I need to go to work. And he's like, he's not doing all of that, you can say, sacrifices, but it's only from your side. You gotta, you know and you, inside you know that you deserve better, you know that you deserve more. I was reading a post like this, hence I'm talking about it right now, okay? It's not a kind of experience. I have experienced this, but not in the similar way that I'm talking about this Instagram post, okay, that I have seen. And that girl basically, she said that it's so true, because as women we tend to, sacrifice so much just for the person we love. We even leave countries to be in another city, to be in another country that our partner is staying in, okay? So we do so much. And in this generation, I think that's why women have lost a lot of, you can say, power, a lot of respect, because people stop respecting you when you're so easygoing, when you are like, you always say yes, you're always available whenever the other person wants you, and you're just, you also stop prioritizing yourself and your goals and your dreams. And maybe this girl said that, in this post she said that she wanted to go to America to pursue her masters in her career, okay? And basically her boyfriend, he said, oh, you don't need to do masters, you can do it here in America, you don't need to go in Canada. And that's when she realized, when it comes to big decisions like this, okay, in life, that's when she realized that, okay, she has compromised so much. And is this how much she means to that, guy? Not that guy, but whatever, that partner she was dating, anyways. Is this how much I mean to you? I mean, like, after doing all so much, and my god, that is crazy, actually. It's not just because she did so much. It's not like she's trying to take credits for what she did, okay? It's not like that. But it's it's very draining and it's very one sided. Okay, the efforts, the energy, the time. A relationship needs two people putting in the equal amount of, you can say, efforts, energy, and time to get to explore and know about each other, their choices, what do they like to have, what do they like don't like to have in their life. Okay, it's about having all of those difficult conversations about how you are doing today, what went wrong in your job or career, okay, what went right. And when the other person shares with you about the difficulties and you're like, oh, I need to fix that, maybe I need to say them something. As a woman, we always tend to do this. We try to control our, you can say, partner, and be like, oh, maybe you can do, not you, we try to, we you should do this, you should do that, that will solve the problem. And you have to understand, ladies, okay, my ladies, that a man, he likes to feel like a hero for you, just like you like to feel like you are a princess and you are a, you can say, queen in his life. Okay, he also dreams of being a hero, a superhero in his life. And by trying to constantly, nag him, control what he should do, let him find the answer, let him figure it out. Okay, instead of you trying to fix that problem. Sometimes you don't have to fix other people's problems unless they are actually asking you for advice. So what we tend to do as women, we are always there, we are one step ahead. Okay, we just want to be there for our partner. I understand. Okay, your presence and you just listening to him, both of these things in itself will mean the world to him. Yeah. So as a woman, what we do is we try to, act like, it kind of becomes like we are acting like his mother. Okay, and nobody likes that when he feels like you are basically his mommy and mom, whatever, and he is your child. So the dynamic kind of shifts to, when your parents doesn't allow you or give you any freedom and space to decide and choose for yourself what you want to do in life, right? And let you figure it out instead of them trying to, involve and control all of the things for you, because then you are not going to learn anything and you are not being able to help yourself. Basically you become helpless. So that's what, a man doesn't want to feel like he is being, you can say, helpless or needy. He wants to feel like he knows what he needs to do. He just needs some time and space to think and decide about what he's going to do next, that is going to, you know figure out that situation and problem, whatever it is. And it goes the same for us ladies. Okay, when a man tells us, or even when our parents tell us a lot of things about what we need to do, this or that, and for us it does not really feel aligned. What their advices must have worked for them in that experience. Okay, because they had a completely different environment, situation, position that they were in, mentally, physically, okay, whatever. Spiritually, I don't know how much evolved they are. Questionable, that one. Okay, but but mentally, yeah, it's for theirs to decide. Same goes with us when we are just learning to face the world and we are coming into this young adult stage, and now we have all the tools that we need to know that this is where we want to go, this is where we want to be. Okay, now you have just got your degree, you have passed out, now you have a basic idea about how the world is, how the earth densities, the people in this, you can say, higher densities, how they work, and what reality is. Reality is always harsh, okay? If you're always going to live by the reality, you're as well going to be trapped and be under the, you can say, what do we say, that you're going to be trapped, feeling trapped in the 3D, okay, under the pressure, under the rock, like when you get covered under the rock or something like that. So yeah, that's how it's going to be harsh, but the thing is, you have to be delusional. You have to be delusional, that's why. Like, come on, man. We, for centuries, not just in the 20th century, but even before that, like since the 19th century, we believe in invisible boundaries across each, you can say, different regions on this earth as countries, and we separate them as different countries, okay? This is India, this is Pakistan, this is Bangladesh, this is not Dhaka, okay, wait. This is Bangladesh, and that is Myanmar, and that is Malaysia, and that is a different part of, you can say, region of this world, but whatever. My geography is kind of, before, when I used to be reading that subject, it was so strong, but now it's kind of out of touch. But that's not an excuse. I need to know more. I need to learn that shit, okay? Yeah. Next time I will come up with that knowledge. But, anyways, so what I was talking about, we literally believe in invisible boundaries and accept that, and we put, you can say, soldiers and armies across these boundaries for our protection and safety, and we literally do that, and we believe in that shit, okay? Even though there's physically on this earth no such boundaries. Actually, naturally, I can say, naturally, that is present there. It's just all inside our head. And we also believe in, you can say, this paper that is polished as currency. And we exchange that with so much of our time, energy, more education, okay, just to, you can say, have that paper, that currency note. You can, so we literally believe in all those stuffs, and you can't be delusional enough to believe that your life can be better and you deserve more. Like, it is 21st century, okay? Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Stop being asleep. Start becoming more, gaining more consciousness. Start meditating and connecting to your higher self. Start connecting with God. Okay, start connecting with yourself, because that's how you connect to this world, okay? Yeah. So I had to pause the video in between, right? Uh, I had some neighbor disturbing me, but anyways, not disturbing me, but yeah, it was disturbing. Anyways, I'm gonna admit and be fucking real and honest. That was disturbing because I was recording a video and I don't like interruptions in between, because that completely, my mind goes off the track, and I'm just like, oh, what was I talking about? I got distracted by a not so earthly human being. It was, I mean, this person was not someone I highly respect or something like that. Anyways, whatever. Why are we even talking about that, right? Talking about that person even sends them energy, and who wants to do that? We are calling all our power and energy back to ourselves, okay? Highly, heavily. Anyways, yeah. So, when you're leaving behind, when your soul knows it's time to start a new chapter of your life, and you're going to have to leave behind a lot of things and let go and completely release a lot of cycles, toxic cycles, right? Releasing only comes when your, you can say, heart finally aligns with what your soul already knows. Okay? Hear that again if you need to hear that shit. You don't change your mind, your reality. It doesn't shift, it doesn't change unless your soul comes into alignment. Your heart, okay, not your soul, not just your soul, but your heart comes into alignment with the frequency of truth, of the truth that you are avoiding for so long, the truth of your being, of your soul, the truth of your existence, okay, whatever you want to call it. So, when you finally meet and face yourself in presence and genuinity and just honestly being vulnerable, means accepting the situation for it is what it is, okay? Your side of the story. It has already happened, and there's nothing you can do now to go back in time to change it. And to be honest, for myself, if even if I could go back in time now to change something in those, you can say, years where I was depressed and lying on bed and literally not having anything figured out, because I was not meant to, I was not meant to have all the answers that I have today. And even today, I'm looking for so many answers that are now next going to, be required for this new beginning and the new chapter in my life that I'm starting. So, yeah, so energetically, you have to make space inside your vessel for you to, call in a lot of things like opportunities, people, places, and situations now that are truly in alignment with your highest good of all, right? So, energetically, that is only possible when you are ready fully inside your, you can say, body, soul, even if it feels discomforting and painful at first. But when you're fully ready to, you can say, let go, and you have hit the rock bottom, you have hit the point of no return. Eventually, you hit a point in life, like you go all in, okay? Whenever you want something badly in your life, you have to go all in. You have to give it a shot. You have to actually fully dedicate yourself in that, okay? Fully 100%. Can't just dip one toe and then other toe in the next, you can say, other thing, some other thing, and be like, oh, I I I want this person. I'm dipping one toe because I'm scared. If I dip another toe, I'm gonna drown. Mm-hmm. That doesn't work. You have to dip both the toes. You have to see, you have to, you can say, swim, you know. You can't just be like, when you're learning swim how to swim, you can't just be like, I'm just gonna touch my hand and just this part of my hand in the water and I'm swimming. You can't. You have to put your full body weight in that water and you have to learn how to swim, right? So that's how it is. You never know unless you fully experience what is there to unfold for you. And I'm telling you, every breakup, every relationship that you outgrow, there is always a blessing in disguise. Okay, you may not see the whole bigger picture right now, but God is seeing it. He's watching it all. Okay, so have faith and trust in Him. He is exactly guiding you. He's pulling your heart, your soul in the direction that you are meant to be. And He will never let you be or stay in an environment that shrinks you, that makes you lose your worth, that makes you question your worth, that makes you lose yourself, or that makes you feel like you have to fit in when you don't want to, and that makes you feel like average, normal, because something inside your soul, you know, and even God has chosen you. Okay, and when God chooses you out of, you can say, every other normal person on this earth, right? There are very few people who God chooses selectively to become, you can say, millionaires, to become billionaires, to be in the, you can say, top 10 in this world, right? Not, if God has would have chosen every single person on this earth, then every single person on this earth would have been awakened by by now, okay? And even among those billionaires and millionaires, I would say not all of them are generous, not all of them are good, okay? Some of them are really good, they're walking in their path of the God, and they're still connected to God, they're still in touch with God. It's not like when you have succeeded already and you'll. Two things define you in life: your patience when you have nothing to lose. It means you have only left to gain, and it's only up and up and up from here. Okay, and another thing that defines you is your attitude when you have everything and you have already succeeded. So two of those things matters a lot. It says a lot about what you're going to have in future. Okay, even a very wealthy person can lose all their wealth in seconds if they don't know how to invest their money instead of trying to save money, because money is just like water. Okay, money loves water. And by this statement, what I mean is, just like water flows in the river, money also likes to flow in your bank account in every aspect of your life. Okay, it doesn't like to sit stagnant in one place. Even water, if it sits stagnant in one place, it's sure to rot, right? It's sure to grow some kind of, you can say, algae and some kind of mosquitoes, and that water would be stagnant, poisoned water, right? It loses its value. It becomes, you can say, decreases its worth and value in the market. It becomes harmful, you know. It's not like money is harmful. The same case goes with money. When your money sits for too long in one place and you're just so much focused on saving and saving, and so much of your time, energy, and efforts is always focused on saving here, there, saving this and that. Okay, what happens is, I have seen a lot of people who even save up when they are, in their adult stage, and even when they get a job and now they are succeed, they have succeeded, okay, then now they are successful, they still don't have a lot of money. They are still broke, even though they had their savings, you know. So money over the period of time, if you're not moving it anywhere, you're not investing it, you're not using to double that money, stocks, put it in stock market, okay, that's the best way you can grow your money and not just let that money sit and rot there in your account, okay, because it's going to lose its value. It's not going to, you can say, increase suddenly. Because imagine you are trying to save here and here, and suddenly you have a emergency, you can say, fund. You have to raise you can say large sum of money to maybe, you know, take care of your grandparents, or maybe take care of your parents because they have some issues, health issues or something like, and you want to help them, and you take out those funds and you are just like, all your savings are gone. So instead of focusing on the savings, you focus on earning more and making more money, right? And invest that money so it can grow and increase its value, instead of just sitting there stagnant like stagnant water. Money also doesn't flow more to those people who never use that money when they want to spend it, not just when they truly need it, okay. There's a difference between wanting to spend your money just because you want to, and not just because you want to show off to other people, but for yourself, okay, for your own happiness. Even money can't buy happiness, but still, me at this point, I would say it does buy happiness, okay, because I'm still a student who doesn't have a lot of money. That's the reality. And I'm still learning how to build that wealth, that generational wealth, you can say. And yes, I know someday I'm gonna succeed. I'm gonna make this fucking, you can say, 8 digits, 6 digits in my bank account, and that's gonna be there, okay. I'm gonna make that happen, okay. I don't know how, when, where. I don't know any answers for that, but I know it's meant to happen, and it will. Nobody can stop that. But anyways, so my actual point is, you gotta learn how to invest your money, not just save your money. You gotta learn how to, you can say, grow your money and where your money is going. If you keep a track and record of every single day of where are you investing your money, okay, where are you spending it, are you only spending it just to feel good, and just only because you need it, you need something. And there's a huge difference between spending your money to show other people that you have it, that you have a lot of money, versus you spending your money because you truly want it and you truly need it. Because money can solve a lot of problems that no other thing can on this earth, okay. I've seen that not just in other people's life but also in my life. It has solved so many situations. The fact that I'm even studying here in this university today, I'm so grateful to God, to my parents, okay, because they can afford this kind of, you can say, um, high paying, because high paying field, because truly these days the education cost and everything, it's already very expensive. And when you are in private in universities, it's going to be even more expensive, of course. That's not even a question. So that's what I'm so grateful for. But at the same time, I also don't want like my parents to, have a say in kind of, yeah, I did everything for you. I have paid and done so much for you. Now what are you going to, what are you doing with that money? Where are you, investing it? Where are you spending it? This becomes very controlling, insecure, and possessive. Okay, because imagine after 20, you sitting down with your, you can say, daughter or son, and you having this conversation, money lesson, and lecture about where they should spend their money, what they should do with that money, or why are they spending so much. It just doesn't, you can say, makes a very good impact on that adults, you can say, brain. They start programming themselves into oh, money is, having less money is harmful. Having, spending too much is, it's dangerous, it's harmful, money doesn't grow on trees, and stuffs like that. We hear a lot of that stuffs in Indian household especially. Okay, so that's not good. I don't want someone to be like, they are entitled just because they have paid a lot for me financially. They have supported me a lot. I don't want to be them be like claiming now when I actually become something successful. Okay, oh, and I have my own job and I have my own business, and now I can pay for myself and more than that. So I don't want them at that point to come and be like, many parents do this because uh, I'm not sure about my parents, okay, what they are going to do, but I'm going to want to willingly help them. And it's not, you can say, if they come to me and they come and be like kind of threatening and kind of being like, and that feeling of, you can say, entitlement is what I don't like. Them claiming that, yeah, just because I did this that or for you, now you need to do this, pay for that. I, as a daughter, as a son, both for them, I would do everything for them after I make that money without them having to say anything. But if they come and they say it, just feels like, it doesn't feel like very, you can say, I don't know, unless they truly need some amount of money, some amount of money from me, I would happily give that to them. I would more than give that to them without any question. Okay, but if they are kind of like, that feeling of, how can I explain this, like that, how do we explain that, them being kind of bossy, and them being kind of like, you can say, trying to control the outcome of where, just because they have you can say, invested so much on me, on sending me into this university and me studying here. I don't want to them being like, you need to do this, put more pressure. Yeah, performance, put more pressure on me to be successful, to be this, to be rich, or to be that, or not just to be rich, because that's also my goal, regardless of my parents. Okay, but anyways, I don't think they trust or believe in me so much to think that I for them to think that I will be that rich or whatever. But the kind of rich I'm talking about, you guys, You can't imagine what kind of rich I'm talking about, okay? Even I don't talk or share about that kind of rich. But, anyways, why am I laughing, bro? I don't know. It's just so funny. If they ever say that, I don't know what my reaction would be. I mean, like, I would be like, are you even my parents? I would question that because would my parents say this to me or be like this to me? I would question everything about why did I go to this university? Why did I should have said this, I should have said no. So it's gonna make me, very angry. That's what I'm trying to say. They're them kind of trying to pressurize me to have this specific outcome that they want from me. That is what I don't want, that performance. If I'm doing this, I want to do it. I have chosen this subject, this psychology, not just because my parents want this for me or they want me to be here. They never wanted me to be doing psychology. Instead, seeing my ability to, you can say, talk, speak, and they say that I argue a lot, which to me, I don't think I'm arguing. It's just that these people, they are not, you can say, they're just not ready to accept the truth, you know. I need to put my phone on charging as well. They're just not ready to, can say, become the identity that would require for them to, face the reality and accept the truth that they understand me. I used to think that people don't understand you, okay? My perception before on many people that have come across used to be like, oh, they are misunderstanding me because they are just not meant to understand me and all that. But now I have gained a new perspective, and I was watching this video on Instagram. Thanks to that video, that creator, she was basically talking about there used to be one friend that she was living in. She was a dorm mate, okay, and they were living together for 5 years. And within this 5 years, her friend, this content creator, okay, she always knew that her friend, her roommate or whatever, dorm mate, never knew how to cook. She never cooked, okay, even once. And after 5 years now, suddenly some one day she cooked some kind of, you can say, ramen and noodles, and exactly in the procedure that her, you can say, this content creator has told her once, that she likes to eat this kind of, you can say, ramen or noodles in winters and all that. And and she just used to think, her, you can say, content creator, this content creator used to think that she just doesn't understand about anything about cooking and all that. But she was, bro, all this time she fucking knew it. She knew it. She knew the whole damn thing. She was just never did it. So same goes, she now gained a new perspective here, that people actually perfectly understand you. They understand exactly what you're saying to them when you pause and you say it slowly in a way that it hits them, okay? Hits them exactly where it's meant to hit them. Anyways, communication skills, if you know how to use that, okay, then it's exactly going to hit that person's head, even if they act like they didn't understand it, or dumb, or something like that, okay? They understood. The problem is, it's not like they don't understand you. They have understood you exactly. It's just the thing that the problem is they are not ready to shift to change. Most people don't want to change because that is scary. Because now, this dorm mate in this example, right? If now she knows cooking, and ever since then, she has been cooking. She has been the one cooking for this content creator, okay? Her friend. Anyways, so that's what happens. It's scary, bro. Because now the responsibility is on you because you know how to cook. So of course people are going to ask you to, cook food for others as well. So when you kind of say them that you know this thing, and all this time you lied actually that you don't know this thing. First of all, such a betrayal. Second of all, it's not easy to shift into that identity, like, and become someone like a cook and be ready to cook for so many people out there. And it's not it takes responsibility, it takes time, it takes for you to become a suddenly different kind of person, to, from someone who never knew how to cook to someone who knows how to cook. Completely different person, okay? Individual identities. So that kind of shift in identity, it takes a lot, a lot of things you need to let go, your fears, your doubts, a lot of things you have to let leave behind, the things that are normal, okay, but not really making you feel alive, but more like dead from inside, more like you're not really yourself from inside, and more like you don't even want to be here because you know you are meant for rich, you're meant for more, you can have so much better than this. That's all I mean, when you know all of that shit inside your soul, God is never going to let you settle somewhere, never, because He knows that beautiful things, blessings are waiting for you to unfold in your reality, just when you let yourself, give yourself the permission and the courage to choose better, to choose differently for you. These people, the lesson that I understood from this new perspective is you have to choose differently for you, not for them, not because someone else is pressurizing you, are kind of in this, performance mode, and you take action from that place, because it's never going to be feeling like aligned or really satisfying when you do that thing, okay? Because you're not doing it with love, you're doing it with force. And when you do something with force, guess what? The outcome is not going to be very good, or you can say very, even if it's good, it's not going to make you feel happy. That's the point. The outcome is not going, even if you get A plus 100, it's not going to you make you happy, because that's not your goal. Your goal in this society, okay, is not to be, this university traps you in this kind of, you can say, you need to get this certain outcome, this grade, A grade or that grade, okay, to get into a job. You get a good job and you get to work that 9 to 5 kind of corporate job, and then you realize, shit, I don't want this. Why did I even do this? Just because my parents told me that I need to be an engineer, that I need to be a doctor, that I need to be you can say singer or dancer or whatever, but I wanted to be a baker. I wanted to be I don't know, somewhere like teaching kids, not kids, but anyways, teaching people, educating people on YouTube and creating content. And I wanted to be, you can say, someone traveling around the world all the time without having to worry about money. I wanted to be someone like that. And what am I doing? What am I doing now? And I've spent 20 years of my life, more than 20 years, for this, for this job. And then you kind of question yourself. So before that shit happens, okay, you gotta, from this to this, okay, identity shift. Anyways, and yeah, your reality doesn't change unless you can say your mind is finally in alignment with your body and your soul and your heart. Your body already knew ever since the beginning that you went into this relationship, into this job, into this career path, into this university, that it's going to be hard. It's not going to give you peace. It's not going to be, exactly as you imagined it to be, but it's going to be better than that. So trust me, hold on, okay? Hold on, trust me. Sometimes it might feel like you have ended up in the wrong place completely and you are recalculating the whole entire, you're rerouting the whole situation and your path, you're questioning your path. So according to my parents, I would have been in the law department by now. But anyways, I am in the psychology department because I am probably too good to a fault in winning an argument. It's not like, but it's just like, I'm not bragging about this, but the thing is, you can't find any faults when it comes to you having a conversation. Faults in the sense that, yeah, I might act like crazy, I might act weird and all that. But the thing is, you're not going to be able to, prove me wrong. That is not going to happen. That is not possible. Anyways, like, so seeing that side of me, because that really, it's an advantage for you, because if you are a lawyer and you know the strengths and the weaknesses both of your enemy, and you actually know how to poke and go there, you know in those we can say strengths and insecurities. And when you are like a criminal lawyer or something like that, you have to go into their weaknesses, and also into their strengths, and make sure that no matter what, this person cannot get away with their bullshit. Okay, if they are truly have committed a crime, I'm not going to be a stand-up lawyer for that person. I'm rather going to stand against them, even if I have to like be a lawyer or advocate for them. Anyways, why am I talking about law? Anyways, I'm still in touch with law though, by the way. I don't know why. I love both. I love doing studies about cases, various cases, and in law and also in psychology. So yeah, that's just something I do out of not out of boredom, but habit or something like that. I'm constantly on the hunt for new information, so while making sure the previous information is not going to waste, but I'm actually applying it some or the other point or section inside my life. Okay, some or the other aspect. May it be love, may it be happiness, may it be my mental health, physical health, spiritual health, any aspect of my life, whether it be in career, whether it be in my business or it be in my relationships and dating. I always make sure I'm using one of the two things that I have learned previously or on that day. At least one thing. Okay. But anyways, I keep saying anyways, 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 anyways. Don't I? That's the only fault you will find in my speech. Otherwise, no other can say problem with my vocabulary, right? I hope so. It's clear. Anyways, wow. I need to stop this video. Okay, it's already a sign. I need to go to bed. Tomorrow I have classes. I need to go to bed. Okay, and it's starting, and it's already. I'm feeling like I don't wanna wake up, but I wanna go to bed and sleep. So I'm just gonna end this videos. And basically, yeah, it's a whole life update about all of the things that I've been going through, and I just needed to get some of the things off my chest as well, right? So I made this video for you guys, and I was not also showing up consistently, right? Another point. So I had to create that level of consistency again, you know. Anyways, I'm just gonna sleep. I'm so tired. I'm always I'm always tired. Like I don't know why. I'm so out of energy. Even though I haven't done any physical activity, right? Like yeah, I walk around a lot more than I shouldn't. Anyways, just because I stay in hostel, right? I have to go down, go up and down, right? From staircase, sometimes from lift, but the lift is not working, so I have to use staircase. And my floor is second floor, but still, it's a long, long hallway, and it's at the end. My room is at the corner of this hall, and imagine that ending for the staircase is at that. It's like a 1 kilometer distance, okay, from here to here. So it's a lot of walking, even just to have my food every 3 times a day. It's becoming very hard, especially because this winter. And something about this, I don't like this at all. I just wish the winter ends soon, okay, because I don't like this. I don't like these feeling of staying in bed. I'm acting weird. I'm so weird. Anyways, I love that. I love that about me. You know, if you stay with me, like in my house, my sister knows this, okay? I make such a kind of weird, loud noises, and sometimes my neighbors don't get scared, but my mom gets scared. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Bro, that actually worked. I thought my noises wouldn't work on you, but I actually successfully rage baited my, you can say. I do that rage baiting, with my sister, with my mom, with my dad. With my dad, it's more like a neutral kind of, because if I do too much, uh, I know the level. If that level increases, I'm also gonna be outside my home. Like I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be homeless. Homeless. I'm already homeless. Okay, but not useless. Anyways, I'm so useful, and that does not mean I'm going to let you use me or anything like that. I don't think that I. What am I saying, bro? What the fuck am I even saying? I hope swearing is allowed here, because I swear a lot sometimes as per my need. If I am going through a lot of shitty situations, and then I'm like, for some time I will hold it in, okay? But at the last, I'm just At the end of the day, I'm like, fuck, fuck. I'm just gonna say that. And next day, I keep saying fuck, fuck. This is what it goes like for me, okay? I'm just gonna be myself, okay? I'm not gonna shrink any part of me, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. I don't care anymore. I'm only calling in people that are so freaking comfortable with me being uncomfortable. No. No, wait. What did I say? Shit. It's not like me being comfortable with. No, other people being comfortable with me not being uncomfortable, right? That's what I said by mistake. But, anyways, it's me being not making other people feel comfortable with, you can say, disrespecting me. I would say your friends, your partner, your family, everyone, okay? Everyone outside of you, whoever it is, no matter how close they are, how much history you have with them, how much memories you have made with them, how much they mean to you, whatever shit, okay? All of them, everyone in your life outside of you should feel at least 5% uncomfortable, and the rest 95% okay. They can be comfortable with you if they are allowing you to shine brightly without trying to control or dim your light. That's the thing. But the wrong person, on the other hand, will try to, ask you to compromise, sacrifice your priorities, your goals, and your dreams in life. Just like in the example I have previously said in this video about that girl, okay, who was in relationship with his boyfriend in America. So, anyways, that take that as an example, okay. So, relationships are not 50-50. It doesn't work like that. It's 100%. You are a whole complete circle and you are going to meet another whole complete circle. And if it's not like that, it's nothing at all. It's not even for you. That is all. Even Slavic men, okay, they don't choose a woman who is not beautiful, who is not physically attractive. So why would you choose a man who can't provide for you financially, who can't, let you have your freedom and have your own life apart from him? If Slavic men can have, you can say Russian men, right, can have those kind of standards, why can't you, as a woman, as a Slavic woman, or as an Indian woman, okay, have your own standards and goals as well, and your own priorities as well in life, right? Outside of that person. That doesn't always include that person. Yeah, sometimes you really, really want to be with each other, and you both, you can say, make time for each other to have that conversation and presence that both makes you feel that you are not alone, but you are both supported and present to each other emotionally, mentally, physically, everything, okay? So you both gotta find some time out. For the right person, you will always find your way and time out for them, okay? To make them a priority, okay? But if it's just not the right person for you, if it's just not, you don't really like them, you will never by yourself find that time for them, okay? So that's another thing, anyways. So a relationship should not be 50-50. It's not like you going on a date with him and you paying the bills as a woman. That is not how it goes, okay? Because slowly what happens and you start paying for everything, and he becomes a nepo baby. He becomes a princess. What's remaining is for you to give him a lipstick and for him to sit like a queen wearing lipstick. Okay? That's what is remaining. Like these days, guys just wear that fucking, you can say, lingerie? No. What do you call that? I guess that's a lingerie, anyways. It's the spelling is something like just wear that, okay? As a guy, if you want that princess treatment and all that, guys should be treated with respect. I'm not telling you to harshly treat them or like reject them on face or like break and dump, yeah, break their heart, and you can say break their heart when he is genuinely being good to you or nice to you, whatever. You can politely disagree. You can politely reject that offer. You can politely be like, no, no, I don't like you. Okay? And yeah, I want to be with someone else. I'm sorry. But I don't want to lie. Yeah. And I always keep it honest and real with people. So I'm just telling you the truth so that you don't keep your hopes up high. I'm not leading you on into a path that doesn't really have any outcome or fruit, or you know, it's way better to have that difficult honest conversation with a person you don't really want to be with, right? Other than hanging them on the cliff, like hanging them like a cliffhanger or keeping them confused, or even worse, trying to, you will always intentionally or unintentionally break someone's heart, okay? You can't, that is not in your control. Sometimes you will say or do things that unintentionally or intentionally hurt other person, but you have to also learn to be okay with it, because it's just a part of you being human, and you making sure your self-respect is not at the hands of anyone else but you, okay? And that is all I would say. So if you are paying all the bills when you are going on the date, you're paying 50, he's paying 50, what happens is that becomes a habit. And every time you pay some amount, 50%, he pays 50%, it eventually, people naturally now expect that from you, okay? That just becomes expected from you now. People don't even question if you're going to give it or not. You're just expected to do that thing again and again and again and repeatedly, even if you don't like it or want it, you know? So, from the first time itself, make yourself very clear about your boundaries, about your respect. And that also doesn't mean you going on the first date and you just acting like, hey, listen, I'm just gonna pay this amount. No, no, that's not what I mean. See, observe what he's doing, okay? If he's paying for you or he's asking you for money, if he's asking you for money, then most probably what's left is for him to wear that damn lingerie, okay? Lingerie. Lingerie. I mean, like, see, if I say it like Lingerie, I don't know how we pronounce that, okay? Sorry for my vocabulary, whatever. But yeah, however you pronounce that thing, it's only remaining for that guy, not even a man. I would not categorize him under a man. It's already cancelled out. So one step down. It's a D grade, okay? It's a one step down. He's a boy. We want that boy to wear a. What's left is that boy to wear a lingerie and a lipstick. Maybe even carry a handbag, you can say, like small purse, like girls do, right? So that's what is left. Yeah. And second thing is, you can give your money, put your money on the table and be like, oh, since he has given you the chance to, disrespect you by taking you out on a date, and then him not paying for that date, but you paying for it and asking you for money, or asking you to sleep with him just because you had a dinner or a lunch with him and taking you home. Because there's a video on Instagram like this, which is going very trending. I hope so you have all watched that video, where the girl goes out on a dinner with this guy, and he basically, after having that dinner, he asks, oh, you're so pretty, are you going to, spend some time with me in my home, you know after dinner, just after dinner. And that girl is like, no, actually I have some work, I have to go to my job, to my business in the morning, okay, I can't go with you. So this guy is like, oh, he starts making faces, okay, about the bill. Now the bill arrives from the waiter, and he starts making faces like, oh, damn, that's a lot. And he actually says that's a lot about after seeing that bill. And my question is, first of all, you are the one taking her out on a date. As a guy, as a man, whoever that is expected to do, okay? And second of all, you're asking her for money on that date. I don't know what kind of nepo baby you are, and what kind of, you can say, uh, Switzerland type you are. Because I thought you're kind of that Switzerland type. Okay? That's an insult. I will tell you later on about what is that Switzerland type kind of insult, okay? Right now, I'm not going to release that tea. But yeah, in this video, after that scene, okay, what happens is, uh, so the bill arrives and it's a huge amount, of course. Did it to show off, to impress that girl, and now you can't even pay for that money. Why are you going broke just to impress someone and just to take her home and sleep with her? Like, what do you take us women for? Like an object, a toy that you can just play whenever you want, however you want? We are not even going to respect you then. What do you think? We are going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to come home with you and fuck with you. We're not in that 80s, 60s, and 90s kind of vibe where you see someone at first sight and the next day you are on bed with him. Like, we're not doing that kind of fast tracking. Dating is not going on here, okay? We're not on fast track. That's what I mean. And we are not, just because you are taking her, that girl, out on a date, that woman out on a date, does not mean that you have the right to touch her, or the right to, mm, force her to be with you and go home with you. It is completely her choice, her personal choice. Okay? So, anyways, this lady, she started saying, like, what do you take? Excuse me? What do you take me for? No, who do you think I am? Who do you think I am? And who do you think you are? You're so funny. Like, are you having some